Hey everybody, how's it going? Good evening. Hope everybody had an awesome day today, because I damn sure did. Even though what I like to say a Lucifer fuck day, kind of, because I mean, honestly, we'll make a big thing about it. I really don't believe in a motherfucker, but, it's more or less, like a name to use to describe evil. You know, it's better than saying, well, the evil of the world inside of everybody, just comes up and wants, it's easier to just say, Lucifer fucking with me, man. Because he did. He damn sure did fuck with me today. And that's all right. Because I pushed on, I stayed in a good mood, and only one time, and I don't care that fella deserved it. He deserved a hell of a lot more, but I'm trying to be a peaceful fella these here days. So anyway, getting I don't know if anybody saw that music thing I put up, but getting a Mercury Mountaineer tomorrow. It's a damn good deal. It's old. Doesn't have as many miles on as I expected it to. Less than 200,000. I think it's actually less than 150,000. But nice couple, nice young couple, man. Good kids. I liked them, man. They were cool. It remind me of the first time I got hitched up. I guess I was like 20, 21, something like that. And one of them all the wrong reason things. Food for thought. Just because you get a girl pregnant don't mean you gotta fucking marry her. Trust me, don't. Take care of the kid, be a dad, but don't mean you gotta be the husband. Anyway, but yeah, they were cool kids. So yeah, we're going Walmart. When I get all my money put on a card, because helping people out shit kind of fucked up bank accounts, so I can't have a bank account right now. I guess I could take care of it now if I really wanted to, but I don't like paying for things that ain't my fault. I know it's kind of a sad price to pay sometimes, a little bit of my stubbornness, I guess you can call it, but I'm just sick of paying for crap that ain't my damn fault. That's all there is to it. So I refuse to pay for it. So we'll get them the rest of the money, and they'll bring it back over tomorrow, because they didn't have a ride back home anyway. So we'll get that taken care of tomorrow, get all switched over. So that one will be happy now. Go to Walmart and grocery shop and doctor's appointments and all that fun stuff. Get all this crap either from the booth back here or here back up to the booth. I don't know what we're going to do yet. Things are kind of starting to get a little bit like this, and I'm holding on to that canoe. It ain't tipping on me. Um, but then the biggest part of the day was my truck. Oh, in fact, that's right. I took video from the tow truck. So called up this place, Sumner, whatever it is out there on the other side of the interstate. They didn't want to touch my truck. There ain't no mechanics in this town. There really are not mechanics in this town, because none of them want to touch my truck, which tells me they don't know what the hell they're doing, because it's easy fix. If my back wasn't so screwed up and I could lean over the damn truck for 2 hours, I'd fix the damn thing myself. But there's other tools I need and other things, and I just don't want to spend the money on it. And I just don't want to do it. I'd rather get somebody else to do it, get it done, fix all the things that are done, and. So anyway, gave them a holler, and they wanted me to take the nose off. Then they wanted me to take the tail off, and I'm like, why? Well, we got to put it up on the lip to get up underneath it. You're putting the intake and the pinion back on, and the fuel rail. Everything is on top of the engine. Why the hell you need to go up underneath, and why in the hell would you need to lift it up in the air? I told him all of this before the truck was even brought there. I told him it was a dinosaur truck. I told him about the nose and the lights. He's like, oh, yeah, I think I have seen that truck around. Well, if you haven't seen my truck around town in the last 8 years, you're either a closet case or you blind. So anyway, he calls me up. He says, want me to do all of this stuff, take this stuff off the truck. And I'm like, no, just send the fella on back, man. You can't fix my truck. I ain't recommending you to nobody. That's just the bottom line. So Sumner's out, you know. So that's Belly Brothers, Sumner's. That's 2 down. Um, and then I had the tow truck driver come back to my house, pick me up, take me over to Black Hills Tires. I think that's what it was called, out on Jackson Boulevard. Get over there, okay? And everything was going cool, but he just said, I really don't want to touch this. I really don't want to get into this. I'm like, I was like, okay, nobody else wants to do this thing either. And, he goes on about him being the best place in town. And I'm like, you're the best place in town and you don't want to fix this? If you're the best place in town, you should be able to do it in 3 hours, 4 hours, boom, done. Here's your money. Let me go home. But no. So everything was going fine until we started, putting the hood back on. And I'm like, honestly, dude, I don't care if it costs me $5,000 to get the damn truck fit. Next thing I know, wham! He friggin' throws the hood down and walks away and smashed my fingers up under it and shit, because the hood wasn't attached. We're just like lifting it up on. Oh, that pissed me off. Pain will piss me off in a heartbeat. I don't know why. It's been that way since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. Punch me in the face and I feel pain, you better run. Don't give me a hammer, because if I hammer my thumb with that and hit my thumb instead of that nail, that hammer's going through the wall. Pain is, pain, it's not a good thing. So anyway, he slammed my fingers down in the hood, and and I don't get the hood, it's sliding off the truck because it's sitting on the tow truck like this. It's still on the tow truck sitting like this. He just let it down so we could get, look at it. And so I'm trying to hold the hood from falling because I got my light on the front of it. I didn't want the light to bust. I didn't want the bug screen to bust, and I'm trying to slowly let it down without it tearing up the nose of this coming off the truck, and I was pissed, man. And I ran over to him and I'm like, what the fuck was your goddamn problem, dude? You had no reason to do that shit. None whatsoever. Just slam it down and walk away. Oh, well, you cussed at me. Well, grow the fuck. That was funny. Y'all better laugh at that one. Grow the fuck up. I don't lose my teeth often. I did. I told him. I said, grow the fuck up, dude. And he gets all like, all like this up in my face. Please do, swing. Please make my day. Take a fucking swing. Cameras, fine, swing then. I don't care about the cameras. And I'm like, he just sat there and stood there looking at me like, "Grr." I'm like, dude, shit, fuck, damn, all of that. It's in the dictionary by now. Everybody says it. It's common language. If you don't like it, go live under a rock. Okay? So anyway, that was a trip and a half there, man. And then his little old bitty tiny mechanic helper comes out there, standing up behind me like he's going to do something. I turn around like, dude, really? My foot can go over your head, back on your ribs, and through your balls before you swing. You too damn short, dude. But anyway, we left there, and it was, so Black Hills Tire, I'll never go to them. That's 3 down. So anyway, I finally get the truck back here, and after $382 in tow bills around Rapid City today, I finally got what is it? Whipple Racing, I think it's going to do it. They're going to bring it in next week, and Awesomization Nation, baby. They're going to put everything back together, and they're going to fix my exhaust. They're going to put a fuel cell on the back of it so I can straight pipe it and everything down instead of that zigzag shit I got going on right now. And it's just, oh, gosh, I'm happy as a pig in shit. Went out, got me some new clothes today because my pants are getting worn out, knees and holes, stained from working on the truck and other stuff. I go through pants like most women go through panties. I go through some pants, man. T-shirts, flannels, I got gobs of those, but pants, I think I got maybe 2 pair of camel pants. One's covered in paint. The other one's in pretty good shape. One decent pair of pants, but when somebody went and bought me pants, they bought them like 5 inches too long. They kind of need to be cut off like that much. So, and I got another pair that's so, but they're good enough to wear to a bar. You won't see the shit. But yeah, so yeah, it was an awesome day. Except for that feller. I mean, I ain't even worried about that either. I sorry, folks. Karma follows me like my pet puppy. He gonna get his, and I ain't gotta do a thing. So I ain't worried about him. But yeah. So yeah, this has been a really good day, and it's been a long time coming. I mean, and why the reason I said earlier there it's a Lucifer fuck day is because it's just all day little stuff, and it's always the little stupid things that really annoy me the most. I can deal with a lot of other stuff, but it's little stupid things, like you get up to the register and all of a sudden the TV you're buying doesn't want to ring. Okay, you scan every white tag that's on there like you do on anything else. You sign the white tag barcode, ching, and wouldn't scan. So I'm like, okay, here we go. Should have gone on the regular register instead of self checkout. But the girl comes over and says, "Oh, you have to scan that one." I'm like, "Oh, you mean that one you can barely friggin' see that looks just like the cardboard?" Oh, okay. So it's got that done. And then she's like, "Oh, I see you have a bag of open potato chips." I'm like, "Yeah, would you like to hand them to me and I'll scan them now? I know they're there." So, but then, but then it's like so many other things didn't want to ring up. Got a selfie rod thing, with the tripod on it, put your phone on, zing, that type of thing. And the bottom of it was ripped off right where the barcode was supposed to be, I'm like, So she looked it up and everything, and okay. And so we're scanning a few more things, and then all of a sudden that one's yarn wouldn't scan. Like, are we gonna be here through all the hoodies and the pants and all this other stuff? Because I mean, we could just like go over there, But it it was just annoying little crap, man. And then at the end, it just I don't know. That's what at the end it's just finally after everything was done and over with, I'm thinking that I put cash into the machine. Oh, this is how tired I've been up since like I don't know 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. Just excited. It was I slept pretty good last night, but anyway, I thought I put money into the machine, and I didn't. I put my card, so I'm getting pissed off because it's not giving me my change. And I'm sitting there arguing with that one about, yes, but look at the thing. See the change I'm supposed to get? Look at the receipt, okay? I didn't ask you to take an extra 100 cash advance, okay? I'm not talking about that. Where's my change? And she's like, we just calm the fuck down. You used your card. And I'm like, oh, I did, didn't I? I felt like such a fool. But it happens. So yeah. And then a guy the Uber shows up and Uber, y'all the bomb, man. Thank you for a certain person too for telling me about Uber because Uber's the bomb. Anyway, he comes up and he gets his stuff loaded in. At first, I'm like, "Oh man, don't tell me a TV is not gonna fit." Come on, I mean, it shows minivan. XL means minivan. It shows a minivan, not this. This is not a minivan. So the TV barely fit in there. We ended up having to shove it between the two seats, and it's like I'm talking to that one. Hey, talking around the TV, but get home and get everything brought in and everything, and I was just like, I'm tired. I want to go lay down. Nope, they're coming with the car. They're gonna bring it by. Oh, and that I didn't even tell you about the first people that came this morning. They brought I think it was an Escalade over here, and they were. It, I just thought it was weird when they pulled up and like 5 people got out of the damn vehicle. I'm like, what the hell is this? What are all these people here for? You know? And I was saying something about, oh, what'd you bring all the people for, man? You know, I'm not doing no money business in front of all these people. I don't know you. You know, and then all of a sudden you see three of them start walking up the sidewalk, you know, and I'm like, all right, well, that one wanted to look at it. So we looked at it, and I looked at the engine, and it looked like crap. I didn't like it. But then I saw it was leaking stuff on the bottom. And took me a bit to realize it was power steering fluid. And they're trying to say, oh, well, we just changed the oil, and we just put radiator fluid, and we just did this, we just did that. And I'm like, no, that's power steering fluid. We ain't taking this. We ain't taking this. Ain't no way, Jose. Adios. You know. So, but I mean, they were basically trying to rip us off. You know, they knew that thing had problems. You know, and then when they pulled away, the friggin' blew white smoke out of both the damn exhaust pipes. And I'm like, look at her. You know, good thing we didn't get it. You see what's coming out of the back of that truck? You know, I call them all trucks, man. If it's not a mini, if it doesn't look like a minivan, it's a truck. You know, I mean, SUV. A truck's an SUV. Sports utility vehicle. A truck's the same thing. A sports utility vehicle without a top. You know. Anyway, so yeah, that was my exciting day. But yeah, getting the Mountaineer tomorrow. I'm working on another truck for me because I might just, you know, not even drive this one around anymore. I just want to get it put together, and if I get this other truck, then I can get a trailer and put that truck on the trailer, and then I can use this truck to take that truck to Utah, where I can get it built the way I want it built, because ain't nobody around here going to be able to do it. You know, I'm lucky I found this racing company out here. I had looked before, and I didn't see any because my truck's got headers. Here's another funny story, I think. My truck has headers on it. So basically, that's the biggest reason why nobody will work on my truck. It's because it has headers. Whoopee doo. Well, apparently in South Dakota, okay, I looked up the law before I put the headers on there now. I ain't stupid. Dumb sometimes, but I ain't stupid. But I checked it out before I put the headers on there, and, you know, I changed it all out, got the headers on there. And there's this little fine print that's in DOT law, but not local law, that says you cannot drive a vehicle newer than 1999, I think, without it having catalytic converters. So my truck is basically considered a racing truck, even though it's not a racing truck. It's considered a racing truck because it has headers, glass packs, turbo mufflers, and straight pipe. No catalytic converters. So, which has caused me problems because I have these things on there. If you don't know what they are, I'll just call it O2 sensors. They're air sensors, basically. They just read the air that the engine's sucking in and blowing out. Well, the two in the front are cool, but the two in the back that hook into the exhaust pipes where the catalytic converters were, I couldn't get nobody to weld them in. All I need is these little bung things welded onto the pipe so I could screw them in and I'm done, you know? God, that would have saved me so much. Oops, sorry. That would have saved me so much gas, you know? I mean, I've used a lot of gas in that truck because I don't have those rear O2 sensors on there. But yeah, I just couldn't, I could never get anybody to work on my truck. I've always had to bring people over here, get people off a marketplace, and, you know, our trust nephews, which I don't want to do ever again. So, but yeah, all in all, it was an awesomization day, man. I am happy as a pig in slop on a July Sunday morning in a cool breeze. I is. So, but this is what I try to tell people. Maybe not on here, but out there. You got to think about what you want and know that is what you want. Okay? And believe it, accept it, let it go. Don't think about it. Don't dwell on it. Don't go crazy over it. All right? Throw it out there. Whatever you want to call it, universe, God, higher power, life, I don't really care. But let that take care of it. And it will. It will. You know, I prefer I've always said life, God, Lucifer, universe. Well, actually, somebody helped me find the center. I knew there was something that was supposed to be the center. I didn't realize it until here recently. But anyway, it's easier than saying life, God, evil, universe. Lucifer is a representation of evil, even though he doesn't exist, because man creates evil. Evil does not exist in the natural form. Man has created evil. Man has created negative energy. Nothing else out there in this world creates negative energy. We make it into negative energy. A lightning strikes a tree. That's not negative energy because Mother Nature or life or whatever you want to call it wanted that lightning to hit that tree. Otherwise, it wouldn't have hit the damn tree. It shoots the lightning bolt down. Whatever's in the way is going to get hit. Nothing negative about it. you know. I mean, a bunch of buffaloes start, running from a hailstorm and they end up running off the cliff. Nothing negative about it. That's just nature, man. That's nature. It's the way it is. A cougar attack a gazelle or a lion attack a gazelle. It's not negative. You know, that lion's got to eat, and there's too many damn gazelle. Where's the negative? It's not negative. We make the negative. Human race makes the negative. Did my door come open or did I leave it open? People probably think I'm yelling up in here. Ah. Oh, anyway, we create it, man. So, Lucifer to me is just a representation. I mean, and so that's why I say life, God, Lucifer, universe. That's the way it is. That's the way it'll always be. I ain't arguing about it. But yeah, it's that negative energy in this world builds up and then it's in other people and then other people throw their negative energy out. And, you don't have to be, you could be happy as pig and shit. You don't have to be in a negative mood for somebody's negative energy to smack you upside the head. It's what negative energy does. I mean, there is a certain attraction, if you have a negative attitude all the time, you're going to attract negative people. That's attraction, man. It's the way it is. You have a positive attitude. That's why I always say when you're growing up, have a positive attitude about things, and positive things will happen. You'll get positive people hanging out, positive people around you, all that good stuff. Um, but yeah, it just seemed like every turn I made today, it's like something was trying to piss me off and ruin my day and, just try to destroy everything. But it didn't work. I'm still happy as a pig in shit. You know, I'm, I'll be happy when I go to sleep and I'll be happy when I wake up in the morning because I believe. What can I say? I believe what I believe, and, you know, it's doing me good, doing me fine. So I'm awesomization grateful. Awesomization grateful, man. I love it. So I hope everybody else out there, had a good day. I know that's kind of impossible. It would be nice to just be able to sit here and think of all 9,386,2 people. Point two counts babies. Something like that. I forget how that read, but that's what it's supposed to be. Something like that. Anyway, 9 billion people happy. I would love that. I would absolutely love the hell out of that. But unfortunately, you know, it just don't work that way. And I wish it did. Now I know even I get my, down mood sometimes. I'm a little flunky, nah, not today, not yesterday. Yeah, the day before. I'll admit, day before I was a little funky dunk. The day before that. But before that, no, I was pretty decent mood, you know. Yeah, real good mood. So yeah, I was happy, and I'm trying to stay happy. You know, you got to find things to. If you're in a bad mood, you can sit and dwell on it and think about it and get yourself all worked up over it and make matters worse. And then somebody say something to you and you yap off and down, and that makes it worse. You know, find something. Don't sit there and, oh, that's stupid. I don't care if you sit there and enjoy doing this. If that's what makes you happy, do it. Twiddle your thumbs, you know? Play tiddlywinks all day. Who cares if that's what makes you happy? Who gives a crap how stupid it is? It's you. It's you. You got to be happy, not them. Okay? You're doing it to make you happy. So who gives a crap? You know? I mean, I know that's a hard lesson to learn. It is. It really is. Because, we feel like that if the people around us aren't happy, then that like affects our mood, Well, I'm kind of a different human being, so I really can't, most people, you know. Um, but, just because you don't have to be cold, you don't have to be like silent or like, oh, well, it ain't my problem, man. You want to be a babu, being a babu, whatever. I can't do that. I go, yo, man, what's up? What's going on? Why you so bummed out? Why it's got you pissed off? Talk about it. I got nothing to lose. You got nothing to lose. Talk about it. Get out. Get over with. Deal with it. But being someone who has lived probably 30 out of, no, that's a lie. Wow, I slapped myself with that. I'm going to say, honestly, 40 out of 60 years have been miserable as fucking hell. Mostly my fault. I'm not throwing blame on everybody. I did a lot of fucked up shit, man. I did a lot of messed up shit, you know. But I'm neither proud of it nor am I ashamed of it. It's done. It's over. I've learned from it. It's made me a better person. It's made me who I am. And it's given me the ability to do exactly what I can do, providing I have the right means to do it. I just get so gung ho about doing it. It's like I get myself in trouble. And that's helping people. Because of everything I've been through in my life, I know I can fix people. I know how to do it. And I'm willing to do what nobody else is willing to do. And unfortunately, as we can see, if you're not prepared for the situation, you can get stabbed in the back really bad, you know. But you move on, You try to make the best of it, keep situation calm, work through things, and just keep moving forward and try and make the best of what there is, I guess. I mean, I didn't know. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard thing to do. But I just don't want to see people living their whole life miserable, man, when they don't have to. And there's so many people I've seen out there. Damn, I'm yapping. This is going on 30 minutes. All right. So many people out there that I know and I've seen and I've worked with and dealt with and yada, 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 yada. There's no reason for it. And that's why I want the Fix Life Foundation, because I can stop it. Simple as that. I can stop it. So anyway, I hope everybody has. I should really stop saying everybody, because that's a really unrealistic thing to say. It really is. It's almost like lying. I mean, it's not lying, because I do hope everybody has a good evening, but it's just not a real. So anyway, for y'all who have an awesome, great evening, congratulations. If you don't have a great evening, work it out, man. Deal with it. Get over with. Do what you got to do to be happy. You know, and can't get upset when things don't work the way you want it to. You got to be patient. You got to have patience. And I say that because I have absolutely no patience whatsoever when it comes to stupidity. I really don't. Even though I do some stupid shit. No. But I mean, just stupid things that just, I mean, shouldn't happen. I don't have patience. So yeah, and I don't like waiting for things. I don't like waiting 3 weeks to get my truck into a shop or 4 weeks to get my truck. That's just to get it looked at to find out if they even want to work on it. And then you got to tow it back home. I've been through that. I don't understand that out here. I really don't. I mean, being in Rapid City and gosh, in total honesty, it's almost like being in a different world. It really is. I mean, I don't know how they manage to do what they do out here, but nobody in all this places I've lived in this country, nobody does anything like what they do out here. But yet they're trying really hard to be like New York City. I mean, mortgages going up, taxes going up, rent's going up. I mean, it's just like everything except the real important things to other people aren't going up, like car insurance, registration, car taxes, things like that. Because, everybody's got their fancy cars and they don't want to pay a lot of taxes on their fancy cars. So, anyway, yeah, so Rapid City is like totally different than any place I've ever lived. And the women out here, man, it's like, gee whiz, okay. I mean, the men out here must have really messed up these women's minds bad because I have never met so many cold women in all my life, and they, some of them are on my Facebook, and sometimes they post this stuff about a woman feeling like this and feeling like that and feeling like this, but damn, try to talk to them. It's like, well, what do you mean by that? Or I don't go for that, or I don't like that, or I don't talk about that, or I don't want this, or I don't want that. All right, well, bye. See you later. I guess we got nothing to talk about. I wish I could do that with one person, but God wants what he wants. But anyway, yeah, so it's like talking to women out here is a serious issue. You know, you know, I haven't. I don't think I really forgot how to talk to women, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with women. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and tell you a bunch of floozy bullcrap. I'm tell you like it is. You don't like it, accept it, change it, or not. I mean, what do you want? You ask me a question, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care who you are. It's not gonna happen. I don't lie for nobody. I won't even lie for her. I don't lie for me. I don't lie for my damn cat. I don't lie. Period. You know, and that is one of the pet peeves I have in my life is when people try to play me off as being dishonest or saying something wrong, and it's like them people with that vehicle this morning. I know what friggin' power steering fluid is because I came in here and dumped some out just to make sure. So don't tell me it's not powering fluid. Oh, it's not powering fluid. It's this. It's over here. It's this over. Oh gosh, that makes me feel like you are calling me a liar. Don't sit there after I say something, turn around and try and tell me no. Okay? Because if I say it, there's a 98.9, I'm being modest, chance that it's the truth. It doesn't mean I know everything. Yes, there may be some things I'm wrong about, misinformed, read it the wrong way, whatever you want to call it, and I'll admit when I'm wrong. But you start insinuating that I'm lying, and that's another way to kind of really piss me off. I guess I got a few issues I got to learn to deal with, but we're all still human, no matter what we are inside. We're all still human. We all still got human brains. We may not have human souls, but we got human brains. So we is what we is. And I don't like lying. I don't like being lied to, and you know, it's just that done. So anyway, I've yapped a little bit too long tonight. I'm actually tired. Go eat a couple TV dinners. Come back out, do my motivation stuff, and I probably won't meditate because I'll just fall asleep. I'll probably just go to bed early tonight. Maybe watch some Jeff Dunham. Y'all gotta check out Jeff Dunham. If you haven't checked out Jeff Dunham, which I'm probably late bloomer when it comes to Jeff Dunham, but I love him, man. That's how I'm gonna make my truck talk. Yeah, my truck's gonna be talk. I'm gonna do ventriloquist with my truck and make my truck talk. So I did that a little bit when I was younger, but same thing like he went through, except I had a lot more people telling me it's a lame, stupid, dumb thing. Grow up and stop playing with dolls. So we had that. I had that really weird one with the black hair. I even like Sammy. Was his name Sammy? I think his name was Sammy. Had like the checkered shirt. The black. I remember the black shiny shoes. Um, the big mouth and big eyes and black hair, slick black hair, and big rosy cheeks. And it was cool. But after watching him, I'm like, you know what? I think I might start doing that with my truck. So see what that works out. Once I get the mouth opening. And yeah, so he's gonna be he's not dancing. Well, if I can get the air system on there that I want, then possibly. I don't know. I think I have a tendency of putting too many ideas in one thing, and next thing you know, after you get it all on there, you're looking at it and you're like, what the fuck? So got to cut back on some of my ideas, but I'd like to make it, but I can't make it off road if I do that. So, and probably every time I keep doing that, I just end up knocking the nose off of it. So I'll probably end up just making it mud stuff, racing stuff, anything like that. Maybe I'll build another one and have it doing the hopper stuff. Who knows? I could. Yeah, I could. I could get this truck that I'm looking at now. Probably only be about $2,000, maybe. Yeah, I could do that. More ideas. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got stuff. I come up with gobs. I sit here at times and I write down ideas. I sat the other day and I drew out the entire. I'm not sure what I want. I don't like using the word facility or treatment center. Or it's like, and I don't want to be cliche and say ranch or farm. I don't want to say campus because it's not a school. It is really. Yeah, it is pretty much a school, really, because you got heavy equipment, diesel, motorcycle, cars. Then you got electrical, carpentry, plumbing, painting, concrete, and then computer technology, hunka badunka stuff. And then you got the front building, which has got your dorms, upstairs. And then you got classrooms on the first floor, and then dining area and whatnot's downstairs, which probably have back doors going outside, so a little picnic area out back, or you can walk out to the gazebo and sit in the pond, So that's what I do. I'll sit and draw out my ideas, write out my ideas, and all of that fun stuff, And that's how I came up with the Fix Life Foundation. But yeah, it's going to be a lot. I'm going to have a lot. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Yes, indeed. So, anyway, I hope there's more people out there as happy as I am today. And if you're not, fuck it. Send me a message, man. I'll try to do something to cheer you up. I'll send you some funny anime videos or I can't talk. Teeth are falling out again. Send some animal videos or something, something to make you laugh, or I'll try to come up with some jokes, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a good comedian yet. I'm looking at starting a class because somebody I know of, I don't even know how to put it more. They say they love to laugh, and what I've seen lately, they haven't been too happy. I have my ways of seeing. I have my ways of seeing. Even if they were to totally block me 100% way, the only way they'd stop me from seeing is, well, they couldn't really. No matter where on, so I'd find them anywhere on social media. Not that I'm a stalker or nothing like that. I'm just saying if, you know, it does make me sound like a stalker though, doesn't it? But I'm not. You know, there's just something there going on that's a little different than most people. This is a God thing, and you know, I don't like failing God. I don't like, you know, I just don't like failing God. I've done it too many times in my life, and I got to find some way to keep it from happening again. But you know, not anything I can do about it right now. I really doubt anybody's gonna watch a damn video for 40 friggin' minutes. But if y'all do, love you, appreciate it, awesome. Um, But it is something good to listen to when you're doing dishes or whatnot, you know. Maybe I sound stupid enough or funny enough to make people laugh. I don't know. I don't care. Laugh at me. I don't care. Just laugh, people. Laugh. You know. Be happy. And I don't want to get into it because it's going on too long now anyway. And I promised myself I'd try to make a bit shorter videos, but actually I hadn't planned on making any videos because I had said the other day I had something planned for Colorado, and looks like I may be going out there sooner than what I thought. Probably not. I don't know if I'll get out there before. It probably won't be till after October. Probably in November, maybe. We'll see. I don't know yet. But I got to get out there. I got to get this done because sometimes I just come across something that I just can't get rid of. I can't get it out of my head. I can't, I mean, it pops up everywhere. And people always say, well, you know, if it's something like that, then it's got to be a meant to be. Well, you know, it's kind of hard because it's meant to be on one side of the coin. The other side of the coin don't want to hear about it, you know. So trying to explain stuff to people when you really don't get a chance to really talk to them or explain it to them, and just constantly, basing everything on past. I mean, we're supposed to forget the past. I mean, oh God, I gotta stop because I can ramble, man. I can talk. I really can. But I guess bottom line, for something in the past that's happened, it's done, it's over with. Let it go. Forget it. New day. New day. Yoo-hoo. New day. And I ain't talking about the wrestling dingleberries. It's a new day, people. It's done. It's over with. If it's bad enough, extremely bad enough that you just don't feel you want that person or that object or that situation or whatever it is in your life, fine. Then get rid of it. But gosh, at least try. Everybody is just like, you know, they don't like doing something. So instead of trying harder to get better at it, they're like, okay. Or, they have one little disagreement or one little thing seems a little weird or strange or, not in their norm. And it's like, yeah, okay. People don't try anymore. How do we expect to solve problems and get along with people and change the world if we don't try? We can sit on Facebook and put up all these, well, you'll call them memes. I don't even know what they're called, to be honest with you. But all these motivational things about how men feel and women feel and how to do this and do that and this friendship and that friendship and all this kind. You can put all that stuff in the world you want up there. But I'm going to be honest with you. If people aren't going to try, then it don't mean shit. It don't. All it is just heartbreak. Honestly, I get tired of looking at it because sometimes I'll read something, I'll be like, are you friggin' kidding me? Is she real? Is she really saying that for real? Because, you know what I mean? It's just like, then why are they like 900 miles away? Why aren't they here? Where I can meet them and I can talk to them. I mean, I ain't this long distance relationship crap. I mean, people want to, oh, we can still have a relationship. No, we can't. I'm sorry. If I can't see your face and touch you, then, I'll chat and talk with people. Well, actually, I don't chat that much, really. I guess on like comments and stuff, I've had a few little short conversations about comments and stuff, but that's about it. But, everything else is, I don't chat with people anymore. No. Only one person I want to chat with, but they don't want to chat with me. So. Oh, well. But anyway, don't be down about this world today, folks. It's going to get better, trust me. I know what's coming. I know what's coming. Oh my gosh, I wish I could. I wish. I can just sit here and wish I could say all I want, but I can't. Rules are rules. What can I say? That's another thing about me. I'm not a goody two shoes. I cuss, I spit, I drink. I fart every now and then. I don't really like farting. I don't. To me, it's just disgusting. I mean, why you want to walk around Walmart farting in front of people? Why you want to sit in the middle of living room? Ain't joking around sometimes. Yeah, okay, it can be funny, but just every time you walk through the living room, you got to fart. Really, it's getting old, man. You know, I think it's disgusting. I really want to smell this. Every now and then it's fine, but so I'm not a goody two shoes or nothing. I mean, but I do everything I possibly can not to break the rules because I had to learn the hard way from breaking the rules, and I don't care what anybody says. If I can help it, I ain't breaking the rules. Don't like it, don't like it. I'm not here for anybody anymore. I'm here for me and my life and what I want to do and what I want to build and where I want to go and my future. And I would love to have somebody in that co-pilot seat, but I guess it's just meant to be empty right now. So that's the way it will be. But I still got Fixed Life Foundation to do. I still got, my other things here. I got the truck, I got my goals and dreams and I'm moving forward because good times coming. Good times coming. Yeah. So, and it's well deserved for a lot of people. It's well deserved for a lot of people. Yeah. That's oops. What's that song says? Oh no, I said too much. I set it up. Yeah. So REM, losing my religion. So anyway, y'all have a good one. Peace. Sweet dreams. Good night. Till next time. Adios.